You're watching the Batter Fans Network.
The heroes are back. Beards talking balls, rapping pink and black. Coming live from the 305, it's official tissue. The Batter Fan, Chris and Dan, weekly rocking with you. We talk Messi, Boosie, Jordy, Lucho, the Fat Four, to Ben Cram, Noah, Ruiz, Fred. What more could you ask for? Tighten up and get ready, listen in on the pod. Solana and X in Espanol, just to even the odds. Breakdowns and gas bagging, join the tribe and just vibe. Free 99, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't hesitate, say what's up, go ahead and come in. No question about it, I'm ready to get hurt again.
No question about it, I am ready to get hurt again.
Chris, the Herons are back. Welcome everybody to episode number 363 of the Battle Heroes podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Granada, and alongside me, as always, Mr. KBD. How are you doing, sir?
I almost predicted the score. I said 4-1, and Montreal ended up putting one towards the end of the game.
Is that going to be the low light of today, right? Because I felt pretty good about the way the game was going, right? We expected to beat them. We expected to beat them comfortably. And the fact that they let two in to a team that has scored 10 goals in 15 games coming into this, I think is probably the low point of the result. The fact that you allowed them to score twice. This team just can't find the back of the net, and they found it twice against us, which is a little frustrating. But
They're awful.
Get right game. They're really, really bad.
They're so bad. They are so bad.
But this was a get-right game, right? Regardless, we got the 3 points. We scored 4 goals. In the attack, I'm sure the team is feeling a little more confident, even though Montreal is not great. So, like we said, get-right game. Your thoughts, general thoughts. And in the chat, would love to hear your general thoughts also.
My general thoughts are we won by goals. That's all that mattered to me. Like, we had to win by more than 1 goal to me, for me to be happy.
Okay.
Right. I mean, it's still like it wasn't great against the second worst team in the league, but I mean, I'll take it, I guess. I mean, this is the second to worst team in the league.
Yeah, only the Galaxy are worse.
I mean, Blake is Chris definitely not happy. Like, am I a Montreal fan? Or are you guys saying that I don't like Inter Miami anymore?
Well, let's see. It was a short week. We were dropping like flies on the back end, right? Our defense was dropping like flies, and we pulled out a win anyway. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say that I'm thrilled. I'm not thrilled. I kind of figured that this is how this game was going to go, but I'm glad that it went this way.
This is it. Veins here in the comments saying that double save from Mustadi saved us. Listen, this was the difference.
I still think we would have won anyway. No, I still think we would have won. But
if that goal would have went in, it would have been a tie game.
Yeah, but we still would have scored more. But I will say we always leave it for the end. But the 1 world 1 goal moment of the match, that was it, because that double save led to the possession that we ended up scoring the second goal in. Like, it was all in one sequence basically in the span of 60, 90 seconds. So that definitely was the moment of the game.
Well, I mean, the moment of the match, the 1 world 1 goal moment of the match for me. And look at this 1 world 1 goal. You're getting the cred early in the episode. Was the joy that Luis Suarez looked like he had after scoring the goal. Oh my goodness, he was ecstatic.
Yeah, like, I mean, it has to be frustrating.
Whoever had our seats today, Danny, they definitely enjoyed the game today.
Yeah, no, it was fun. I mean, there was 5 goals in the final 20 some odd minutes of the game. Like, yes. It ended up being entertaining towards the end. But again, I can't say I'm thrilled at the way the defense looked. Set pieces continue to be an issue. Allowing 2 goals to Montreal, who had only scored 10 goals coming into this game all year. It's just really rough.
Yeah, I mean,
Montreal. It was 10, not 11. I think it was 10 coming into this game.
Well, Rob is saying Montreal really scored 11 goals all season and scored 2 on us. We suck defensively. Suarez is garbage. You can't say Suarez is garbage after today, Rob. You can't do that. You can't do that. Like, I think today is not the day.
It's funny because I was going to come on here before he scored the brace, obviously, and say that he's playing decent. Now, obviously, you need your striker to put the ball in the back of the net. So you can't say he's playing great, but I didn't think he was playing horrible. Now, one thing that I will say, and I'm sure we're going to get into him against the starting 11, but I'll just throw it out there right now.
Yeah.
Falcon fell out of favor drastically with Mascherano.
Oh, yes. Yeah, hell
because
yeah.
he came in as a last resort, and he looked fine running around there. So it doesn't look like he was injured.
Well, and that's what I posted on Twitter. I said, for Aviles to come in first, and then David Martinez, like you're reaching deep in the barrel, bypassing Falcon, who was like a star sent earlier in the season. And then he basically got brought on just by unfortunate circumstances. That's tough.
Yeah, no, it is. And I think just about everyone thought that Falcon was playing decent when he did play. I can't imagine thinking that he earned to be put behind David Martinez. That was wild to me.
Yes. And the worst part is like I automatically thought either you fell out of favor with Mashi or you're super injured and he doesn't want to let his cards on the table. And today,
yeah, that could be it also. Like they had to let him play because that was the last person available. But at that point, if he's really injured, just let Sailor get in there.
Well, and Blake is asking Keitlinger, how bad was Lujan injury? And for Lujan, it's probably enough for Mascherano to still be crying as we speak right now. Because I guarantee you he is sobbing to lose that Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens going forward because Falcon is injured, right? That's a possibility. Toto Aviles didn't come back in the second half. Then you have Lujan go down with that injury. I got scared when Noah Allen towards the end of the game fell on the floor, started grabbing his leg. I was like, that's it. We're cooked.
Yeah, we're completely done. Like, who's playing left back? David Martinez?
Yeah, who's playing left back? Who's playing center back? Like, who's playing anything anymore? Because at that point, you have to put Busquets back at center back.
Yes, for sure.
So, Busquets had a great game today.
My name is Jeff says 3 defenders out.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, Aviles looked like he was ready to play the rest of the game. He looked like he didn't give 3 craps about whatever injury he had. You could tell he was ready to go to war whenever.
But they would let him back in if he was ready.
Yeah, for sure. And Vamos IMC ever saying good win against a bad team, but 3 points is 3 points.
That's it.
Pablo, we cannot have a clean sheet. That is not acceptable. That's not happening.
Nope.
So those are the general thoughts. I mean, as far as atmosphere, what did you think of the atmosphere? I mean, it looked pretty decent for a Wednesday game. Against the second worst team in the league.
Right. I didn't think I thought it looked pretty empty. But considering the opponent, it's a Wednesday. I guess it's kind of what you expected. But like we had the conversation, because I have a hard time making it out to Wednesday games, and Chris does also. But we were having the conversation but this is the kind of game that you want to go to because you knew that this team would probably Inter Miami would probably put up 3 or 4 against this team, and they ended up doing it. And we've been struggling to score goals, so I always knew that it would be a fun watch because you knew that you would get a couple in the back of the net. But yeah, like I said, it's a tough go midweek for a lot of people. But the atmosphere was decent, I guess, given all the circumstances.
I just saw a comment here, by the way. Circus Fun is saying, Chris, have you noticed ever since the team had their private meeting, Falcon has been on the bench? I didn't realize that.
He was on the bench before that meeting.
Yeah, and this might be making a great point here. We didn't play as much through Messi. That was key.
But there was a reason for that. Remember, Andy came on yesterday, and for those who didn't watch, and we had Andy from the Ball is Round podcast, covers Montreal, CF Montreal, and he said that the way they defend is that they man mark. They literally have 11 on 11. Like you have this guy all game, and you follow him along. And their best defender, George Campbell, was tasked, like we figured, to defend Messi. Messi, seeing this, said, okay, you're just going to follow me everywhere. I'm just going to drag you out the box.
Exactly.
So they weren't playing through Messi because Messi was literally just taking their best central defender and just taking him out and giving everybody else space to play with. Now, I felt like that's what we should have scored more probably, but that's probably the biggest reason why Messi wasn't as involved or continuously getting the ball is because he found it even more beneficial to kind of be like a decoy almost and kind of take their best defender out of the box.
And not only that, though, Danny, with the kind of player Messi is, you know that other guys that are man marking other players are still like peripheral looking for Messi too. Like they're also for help side. So like that opens things up for everybody else. So
look, Andy said yesterday that he thought that was like their strength. To me, it sounded weird because I feel like in soccer, that sounds like a very weird strategy.
It sounds
because of things like this, right? Like you get Messi and he's like, all right, let me just take this guy out of the equation. And yeah, I don't know. I don't see it as a strength. I think that it might have played to their detriment.
Well, I could see how that works because like they're not guarding Messi's every day. You know, like guarding Messi is like it's like guarding Shaq in basketball. Like, of course, other people are man marking others, but like they're focused on him. So, you know, they're not facing Messi's every game. Scheme is saying if Mash caught on, maybe Mash is now locked in for real. I think he is. I think
Chris,
that he.
Go ahead. Tell me what you're saying. No, I want to hear what
no,
you're saying.
I think that he's benefiting off of the fact that they just won off of Montreal. It's a feel-good game. I don't think he did anything really special.
Like I told you, the comeback against Philly and then beating a bad team Montreal, people are going to be like, oh, maybe Mascherano is going to turn the corner now.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he's not, but I knew that would start being the feeling, right? Because they're like, okay, we got 4 points, possibly 7, right? Possibly 7. So I have a feeling that some people are going to start being like, okay, maybe Mascherano can't figure this out. Now, before we get into the game, I hope he figures it out, right? Like I want him to. He's still technically a rookie coaching a club team, right? That he coaches week in and week out. So I think at least for confidence-wise, it goes a long way.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's good, right? Like you tie against Philly, who's the best. You beat the teams that are playing in front of you. Apparently, it's just Montreal next up, and you got the win, right? The answer this week, honestly, is going to be against Columbus Crew. That's going to be a real tricky game for Mascherano. And Raf, yes, I know it's just one game, and I know that it's against Montreal. Like I said, I am not sold. Like I'm not on the Mascherano side at this moment. This is a game that was it should have been guaranteed by goals.
Well, another thing that, and I know we're
like
get into
marinating right now, Ricky. We're marinating.
We're going to get into the game, but one thing I want to bring up before we move on to the game is the Mascherano thing. I hope he can improve and he continues to get better. I knew that he wouldn't be gone before the Club World Cup, but there's rumors going around that if he doesn't work out, Andre Jardim, I guess the Brazilian coach, is the person that they're possibly looking at. He's basically only coached in Brazil, and then he's currently coaching Club America in Mexico. Like, this is who supposedly could take the reins. I don't follow Brazilian or Mexican soccer closely enough to have an idea of what this guy could bring. He's obviously a veteran, but I mean, I would assume that you're bringing in somebody that most people are not familiar with. And like we said with Tata, the grass isn't always greener. So he's a coach's coach.
What does that even mean, Amanda? What does that mean? What is a coach's coach?
So
is it wouldn't Tata be considered a coach's coach?
So
Seema is saying, yeah, I heard about that. Adarsh, listen, we're not giving fucking star stickers here. This isn't kindergarten. Adarsh says, yeah, Mascherano sucks, but at least is trying. Like, no, we're not giving him an effort sticker. And this is a great. Danny, do you agree with this? Vamos IMCF says, I'm okay with 5 points. Are you okay with 5 points? Because I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with 2 ties against the teams that you're supposed to be listen, Danny, we're supposed to be at a place where we're like confidently assuming we're going to win every game.
I'm not
And
being
then
funny.
this
I know,
comes up.
I just came with a headache. I don't know what the hell just happened. I just started
Because you were
throbbing.
staring at the screen, maybe.
Um,
But
so no, I want 7 points, 5 points. Yeah, it would be a little disappointing. I wanted to take at least one of those dubs from Philly or Columbus. So I'm still hoping for 7, but we'll have to see. And then real quick, I saw David put Brian Rodriguez. And he's from Club America. I will tell you, Solana in our Discord, I saw him writing about him. Brian Rodriguez is Uruguayan. If I'm going to take some inside information from anybody from Uruguay, it's Solana because he lives and breathes Uruguay. And Solana said this guy is highly overrated and he doesn't want him.
ooh.
And let me tell you something. Solana,
I trusted with Uruguayan information.
Well, especially he salivates over every Uruguayan player ever, right? Like if he's Uruguayan, he is a baller. So for Solana to talk bad about somebody from Uruguay,
there's truth to that. A pound of it.
That does not sit well because he will tell you that. I'm telling you, he would say what that Falcon was like the best defender in the world at one point. Like, yeah, like he talks highly about most Uruguayan players, but for him to say no, oof, I don't know. That Brian Rodriguez thing, it gave me a little cause for concern, just because of Solana with his Uruguayan positivity said that. I was like, that can't be good.
Shout out to V Vega says, "I'll take a sticker if you're handing them out." I think do we sell stickers on the shop? Betterfans.com, guys. Oh, that's right.
The shut down. I got to take this off. The shop is shut down for another 2.5 weeks. It'll be back. But yeah, we did have stickers. We did have stickers. All right, so let's move on to the actual game at hand. Starting lineup.
So the starting lineup here, right? Again, they released it. I saw it. You had Ustadi in the back. You had 4 in the back. Alba, Noah Allen, the Swiss Blade, Lujan, and Ian Frey at the right back position. Then you got Segovia playing a left mid. Allende playing right mid, and Busquets and Redondo at the pivot. And then Suarez and Messi apparently playing up top as like the double striker, which it wasn't like that. At least it didn't feel like it.
Messi was falling back a little bit. It almost felt like a 4-2-3-1, like they were playing early in the year, where Messi was behind Suarez. But yeah, so 4-4-2 or 4-2-3-1, something along those lines. But what did you think about the players in the starting line? We figured it out, though, right? And let's go back to last week was last week where we had Alba playing up high. They got rid of that. They put him back at left back, even though he was still pushing up high, but I guess they wanted to have Segovia on the pitch. What did you think about the starting 11?
I mean, look, the only problem I had really was Lujan. Thankfully, they kept Frey starting, and then Wagon sat on the bench. But like Lujan, again, like we're still like if he didn't get injured, he would have been on the pitch for like 70, 80 minutes, right? Like he wouldn't have gotten subbed off until 75, 80th minute.
All right. The game against Philadelphia, I thought the whole back line had some boneheaded plays. But looking at him individually, the second goal, he should have cleared it, but he played decent, in my opinion, against Philadelphia. And today, up until the point where he got injured, I mean, Montreal.
He almost turned it over twice. He almost turned it over twice. Yeah, he almost turned it over twice.
He did turn it over. He almost turned it over.
Well, I don't know if he did. I know that one of them they turned on the team. Like basically they got it and turned it on us and countered, but like it didn't go to an attack because Montreal sucks. But I didn't think he played very good in the first 10, 15 minutes or whatever the hell he played.
I still think that his best position is right back. Before he got injured, I didn't think he was horrible. But...
Oh my goodness. We're in 6th place now. Can you believe that? We're having a party after playing Montreal. We're in 6th place.
Yeah.
That's just fantastic.
Lujan, I mean, I guess that's the downfall, but it looks like Ian Frey has finally solidified himself as the starting right back.
I'm happy for that. He definitely deserves it. He's a really good player.
I'm not building him up. I'm just
Oh my goodness! Look at this.
I'm just
He
trying to be
is
kind on his way out because I think he's finally
on his way out. He was a lock. Danny, are you kidding me? The only reason he didn't stay in the game is because he got injured. He couldn't play anymore.
And
like his body.
Sasaki, can you explain how Lujan is better than David Martinez? I never said he is. But I will tell you the reason he probably plays over David Martinez is because David Martinez's contract is up next month. So he won't be with us past next month. So they're going to give playing time to people that are going to stay here after that, which is, I mean, I guess it makes sense, kind of.
I mean, I would play David Martinez if he's not going to be here next month. Just, get as much as you can out of him. He's a good player.
Yeah, but
what I think, the best.
What I think is that they're trying to build some continuity, right? For some reason, we've decided that Allen and Lujan is the pairing. So he's trying to put them there consistently every game.
Yeah.
So,
but that's awful still. Like, I just can't accept Lujan there. I can't.
Yeah. All right. So starting 11, we were okay with everything except for Lujan. Ian Frey looks like he solidified his starting position, and everything else seems decent.
But you love Lujan there. Let's just get that squared away. You love Lujan in the back four.
Never said that.
No. That's what I thought.
I'm pretty sure I was the only person poo-pooing on Lujan the second that they signed him.
Yeah, he's awful.
But,
awful signing. What a worthless. It was a worthless contract.
Go ahead. Game recap. So, and by the way, the I forgot the guy's name. The Brazilian coach that possibly we might be getting if Mascherano were to leave. He's coaching Club America, which is basically winning the title just about every other year. And that's all I've seen from him as far as his career goes. And he coached Sao Paulo for a while.
So you say at this point he's just a tad bit more experienced.
I just don't understand how that would work. Honestly, I don't know how that rumor got started. I saw it somewhere on Twitter, and I just can't imagine that. I don't see how that would even work.
So basically, the game. I have a question because before we talk about the Messi goal, right? Because you had Gonzalo Lujan got injured within 12 minutes. And did you think anything positive or negative about Gonzalo Lujan's injury, or were you like, okay, whatever, we'll just bring in the next guy? Like everything
positive
is okay
or negative?
for now.
What are you getting at? Because I feel like you're getting at something here.
Well, because like Gonzalo Lujan at this point seems like he's a lock in the back four.
I will never celebrate somebody getting injured, Chris, if that's where you're going.
No, but I'm not talking about celebrating his injury. I'm not talking about that. What I'm saying is that he seems like he's a lock in the back four at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like to bring in Thomas Aviles, who's been getting sprinkled minutes here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have David Martinez, who also came in after that, who's getting sprinkled minutes here and there, barely less, right? Mm-hmm. And then you see just after that injury, Thomas Aviles comes in, na Falcon. Like, is there anything that you're thinking positively or negatively on the fact that Thomas Aviles is coming in and na Falcon? And
yeah, that was the one thing that I took from there is that Falcon was not getting in. I assumed that he was injured, but he finally did get in. I don't. They're obviously not disclosing Falcon's health because for David Martinez, like I said, he is gone after next month. For him to get in before Falcon, there has to be something wrong with Falcon. And it was break glass in case of emergency. And obviously there was an emergency, so you've had to get on the pitch. But I don't think he would have gotten on otherwise. Sea saying, as per Goal report, Inter Miami has identified Andre Jardín as a potential replacement. Again, I think that that doesn't make much sense. But we'll see. The grass isn't always greener, people. Everybody wanted Tata out, and now they want Mascherano out, which I that one I get because I wasn't a fan of him from the start. But I don't know. We'll see. Recap, Chris.
So not for my betting on Hard Rock, Amanda. I need Nashville to win. Okay. So let's just get that one out the way. So Aviles comes in for Gonzalo Lujan on the 12th minute. And then Jordi Alba gets injured on the 24th minute, and David Martinez comes in. And then after that, we have a great goal by Messi in the 27th minute, where he gets assisted by Busquets, pushes it over to the left, does his thing, curls it around the goalie, back of the net. What did you think of that goal?
Beautiful, Messi magic. I thought that it was going to be the start of a goal avalanche, is what I honestly thought. Because I felt like Miami looked good the first half, and I thought that was going to finally break the seal, and things were going to start coming in. And I mean, it didn't that much. That was the only shot on target the whole first half, but I thought that that's where it was going to begin.
Well, honestly, I didn't feel really too confident. I mean, as confident as you could feel, right? I mean, you could feel confident that we're going to beat Montreal, but I didn't feel like we did super outstanding against Montreal, which is one of the this team was garbage.
Well, what surprised me is that we like to hold possession, and they tried to hold possession,
and they did a little bit.
But it's obvious that our weakness is the long ball, and they weren't using it. And there was a point there where we were kind of giving away the midfield. Like, we would press high with our attacking players, but our defenders would go far back. So it's almost like we left the midfield wide open for them to attack in. But I thought that they would use the long ball more. I think they almost converted on a good counter once, I want to say. I don't know if it was the first or second half, where I was like, okay, here they go. They're going to start doing it. They did it that one time. It looked dangerous, and they didn't go back to it. I thought that the first half was back and forth. I thought Miami looked like they could build something up, but they just couldn't get anything going. But you could see that something was building.
Well, the good thing is, and look, Sima is saying most of the players need to learn what Busi did for the first goal, like create space for Messi. Well, and on top of that, they were man marking the whole time. So,
well, and that's another thing with the man marking. It became the NBA, right? Like, you could just pick your man now. Like, he literally set a pick.
Yeah.
And then the Campbell hedged. He kind of dropped back. He went behind the pick, and he gave enough space for him to take that shot.
Yeah, look at Darsha saying it right here. Busi also stood in front of the player who was going to tackle Messi before the goal. Look at that pick and roll.
The man marking by Montreal to me was puzzling. I mean, maybe it does work against other people. I mean, Toronto put up 6 on them, so I don't know how well that works. But don't you think that both teams looked equal from time to time? Yeah, in the first half, I guess you could say that. But
yeah, I could see that. But yeah, upcode. Yeah, Montreal is terrible. But the fact that we looked equal in the first half, other than a goal,
I thought Miami looked more dangerous. I know that they didn't. I felt like Allende, for example, would look like he had an opportunity, and the defender would either stick his leg out and block the shot or block the cross. Like, I felt like I could see something. Like, I saw, okay, it's coming. The defense is stopping these crosses or these shots, but they're going to get them off. At least that's how I felt in the first half.
I mean, considering who we're playing, right? I mean, it's a double-edged sword, because like, you're expecting greatness against the worst team in the league, but I mean, whatever. At halftime, how did you feel? We're up 1-0. We had the Messi magic moment. Did you feel great? Did you feel good? Did you feel okay?
I felt like we were growing into the game. Like I said, I felt like some of those crosses looked dangerous, and the defense was just getting a foot on them. I thought that we would score more in the second half. I really did. At no point did I think that we wouldn't win today.
Well, and look at Adarsh. He's saying, Danny, after that Gressel quote, everybody started that 30-minute thing, but in the last 2 games, we did our best in the last 25 minutes. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, we ended up, we scored. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, that's another thing. I mean, we scored in a matter of what?
We scored 3 goals in the last 25 minutes.
In the last 20 minutes, there were 4 total goals. 2 us, 2 them. Oof. That's not good. That's not good. So we start the second half then. So I'll tell you, honestly, I was not feeling great. Up 1-0 against Montreal, I expected to be up at least 2 goals on them. 2-0, 3-1. That's what I anticipated. Am I wrong for that?
No. I thought that this would be a comfortable win. I thought, like I said, in the first half, I felt like the attack looked like it had chances. Obviously, you don't get any shots on target, so it doesn't show up on the stat sheet. And maybe you say, but if they don't get the shot off, then it doesn't really look that good. But I kind of felt like I could see what they were building. I saw like, okay, this could end up working. It didn't in the first half, but I don't know. I felt pretty good.
Well, let's start the second half. Okay, and Vamos is saying 166 on the chat and only 11 likes, guys. Come on. Half of you guys can at least like the video. Take your thumb, just press that little thumb, and please help us out. It's free 99, guys. Literally free 99. Now, we start off the second half, Danny. Mm-hmm. And hold on. Aria is saying Messi served Allende a goal on a platter and pulled it wide. Allende almost had a couple opportunities.
In the first half, also, I thought he looked good in the first half. He wasn't converting or getting those shots on target, but I thought Allende looked active. Is a very cliche word in sports, but he looked active to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this Allende is still raw, Stancy, but like you could tell that he's got it. Like he can hit the mark. And honestly, that's a player that I look forward to seeing for a good time, hopefully with us. And Aria is saying, I like his movement though. Yeah. Yes, he opens up the pitch too. Mm-hmm. Now, as far as the substitutions are concerned, immediately starting the second half, Tomas Aviles is out because he pulls something, and Falcon finally ends up coming in. He just popped up on the TV for me out of nowhere. So for me, I was like, wow, he's actually in the game. And Montreal ends up making a bunch of substitutions. The next goal is Luis Suarez, and that was assisted by Messi. I believe that was when they were at the line, and he sort of chipped it over everybody, which looked like Messi was aiming at Segovia. At least that's what I remember. I'm talking about our second goal, Luis Suarez's first goal. I think that was the chip. Or was that the chip? Yeah, that was the chip where he chipped it, kind of like cross-chipped it over everybody, but then it arrived right behind Suarez, but he adjusted in a way where he kind of stopped the ball and then, volleyed it in. But it looked like he was aiming for Segovia, Messi. I don't think he was going for Suarez. Jack Hart says it was for Suarez.
I think Messi knows that there should be somebody there in the center of the box, and he just
could be wrong.
Kind of went for whoever's going to be there because there should be somebody there. Real quick, I forgot to mention Ian Frey in the first half. He had one hell of a run up the right side, up the right flank.
Yes.
And then he crossed it into Suarez, and Suarez tried the weirdest back kick.
Below it, yep.
Yeah, I don't know if he was trying to go for a goal or for a pass, but I saw somebody say, like, in the first half, I really wanted Suarez to take the bench, and I had forgotten that did look a little frustrating.
Early. And Nadarsh is saying, let's talk about Frey and Messi link up. Listen, Pedri's in the chat. I don't want to talk too much about Frey, okay? So... Well, I don't want to talk too much about Frey.
I told you since Frey's been playing, I thought that him and Messi have been linking up pretty nice on the right side. Yes. And then you have Noah Allen and Jordi Alba linking up on the left side.
Careful. Yeah. You need to relax here, Danny. Relax. Okay. But listen, that goal by Luis Suarez, that's class. That's kind of what we've been waiting for.
And his reaction, right? He threw his hands down and started yelling.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Super Saiyan.
The joy came out of him. Look,
I really do believe that performing well in sports, a lot of it's mental, and I really do think that this get right game could be really good for Suarez because he needed this.
Well, and that's why I don't want to diminish the value of this game, because this game is going to add value to a lot of the players' confidence. It's the game that you're expected to win. That's why I said, like, there's no way I can accept anything less than 2 goals.
Yeah.
So now I love that goal. And that was a really, really patient sort of a patient thoughts out of Messi to wait for the perfect timing to be able to get it done. But now, what do you think about these substitutions? Because after that happened, Segovia got out and Benkrem came in. Fafa came in for Tadeo Allende. Do you think those were suitable substitutions? Like, you were happy with that?
Oh yeah, look, Allende and Segovia are always going to be the 2 guys that get subbed off.
Yeah.
They play up the wings. They I don't know if they run the most. I mean, our fullbacks probably run the most, but I think that they're going to get subbed off every game. And Fafa and Kremaki are going to be the 2 natural substitutions. I think that's what you're going to see every game. I think you're going to see Fafa coming in for one and Kremaki coming in for the other until we get a true winger or until we get Baltasar Rodriguez back, that 17-minute one-hit wonder. So I don't know if he'll ever come back. But until that happens, Fafa and Kremaki, I think, are going to be playing every game, and they'll be late subs for Segovia and Allende.
And Blake Keitlinger is saying Benkrem looked bad. I don't think he looked bad, Blake. I don't think he looked bad this game. I think that he hustled. Listen, in reality, for me, and this is just my opinion, okay? I'm a fucking nobody. But I love... Yes, he did have... Yes, technically. Like, he hit it back, but then the defender had a bad touch on it. Wait, did he have the assist
officially
later on?
Now, and it doesn't say that he did.
No, but he did.
I thought that he had it.
He did try the pass, but then the defender hit it, had a terrible touch to it, ended up right in front of Luis Suarez, which is the next goal right after they got subbed in. So I don't want to say Benkrem looked bad. And like I was saying, in my opinion, I think that Benkrem coming in the last 20, 30 minutes is one of those substitutions that you hope comes on and he just rampages through the whole opposition.
So the question is, was that a planned assist off the defender?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. I think he expected Suarez to like make a better run behind him, and he kind of did that. It was overplayed, and he just ended up getting the ball sat right in front of him. I don't think that it was planned off the defender.
I think Kremaki is, and I've said it a bunch of times, your prototypical number 8, and he can come in as a late sub, like Miami King there said, for energy. Yeah. He will hustle back. He will box to box because he has that energy. And I mean, he has a heavy first touch, but he'll give you solid minutes to close out the game.
Yeah, listen. Let's move on because Pedri is here, and the moment I said hustle about an American player, he's out for us now. Okay. But Luis Suarez gets the 3rd goal for Inter Miami. It was off of that hustle by Benkrem, deflected sort of behind pass off of the defender with a terrible touch. And it's good awareness by Suarez to just see it kind of bounce there and then blast it into the back of the net. I thought it was amazing for Luis Suarez to get his goals in this game.
Yeah, man, that was great. I'm glad that he got the brace. I thought that somebody would end up with a hat trick this game. Nobody ended up with a hat trick, but Messi and Suarez ended up with 2 braces each, with a brace each. I think it is great because more than Messi, because Messi I think has been playing fine. Suarez needed this game badly.
And look at that, Mr. Spider Pig bringing out a really good point. At there was a part where Suarez stole the ball. It was like a sliding tackle, and Messi couldn't be able to wrap it up. I remember that play. Good defense by Suarez. Look at that. Suarez playing offense and defense today. I mean, his freaking Maba Sofa score must be like 9.6.
Well, I haven't checked those yet. But Suarez, for all his flaws, I will tell you, and I said it, was it Dallas? I forgot what game it was. I said it was the Orlando game. When Galesi passed the ball out to the fullback, and he hustled to try to win that ball. For all the Luis Suarez shortcomings, one thing that he doesn't do is give up. Like he still is playing his ass off. Like he's still giving his full effort. And because some people are like, oh, these players are not giving effort, and that's the problem. They're playing like they don't care. Luis Suarez is not playing like that. Luis Suarez is still putting it all out there. He knows that this is probably his last season, and every time he gets on the pitch, he's putting it all out there. So I will give to Luis Suarez. So even though they don't press often, he does press.
Yeah.
And Ardar saying nobody hates Suarez, but he is irritating. Oh, I hate the guy. Maybe Ardarsh, maybe you don't hate him. I can't stand Luis Suarez, and everybody knows it. I can't stand Luis Suarez. But while he's wearing the pink, I mean, I'm gonna support him. But I can't stand him. I think his personality on the pitch is so annoying.
He's one of those guys that you love to have on your team. If he's on your team, you're okay with that.
But I'm even though I don't like the guy, I'm not gonna, be biased in what I'm seeing. And what I'm seeing is that he's giving his full effort. Yeah, absolutely. Bad knees and all, he is busting his ass to win balls. And when he presses, yeah.
Well, I mean, look, 1-1 goal says Suarez give a nice interview after. He cares, Danny. Huh? Don't be such an ass.
Look, I disliked him before he came on here. I've tolerated him when he's been here. And I think he is a baller. He's had a great career. But I can't say that I'm a big fan of him.
Upcode is saying Suarez first half equals que pena. Second half, man of the match.
I can see that.
Vardrid? Oh.
Yeah,
sorry.
Barcelona fans think that Madrid only wins because the refs help them.
Yeah, okay. I'll move on.
Let me just put this out there again. This is the only club I care about, guys. I would literally wear a Barcelona kit on here. I don't give a shit. Like, who cares? Yes, I root for Real Madrid, but I'll wear a Barcelona jersey also. Like, I don't care. Like, it's not that deep. This is the only club I really care about. Like, I'm just saying, like, this is what I care about right here. The other clubs, who cares? I've never been to Spain. I've never been to Spain in my life. I bet you a lot of you guys that love Barcelona and Real Madrid have never been to Spain. Like, I don't care about those teams.
Get out of here. So we end up getting scored on, Danny. It wasn't just roses and sunshine. After scoring 3 goals unanswered, Dante Sealy says, you know what? I got something for your asses. 3 minutes later. And he ends up scoring on us. And I thought he was going to be more effective during the game, to be honest.
When he cooked Noah Allen on that goal.
He did. Yes, he did.
He put Noah Allen on skates. Yeah, he put him on skates. And he created that space to take that shot himself. So that was a beautiful goal and beautiful play by Sealy, which we were talking about yesterday, which I felt like was the only really threat that they had. And he went ahead and he converted.
Well, I thought he was going to be more effective during the game throughout, but I don't know. They weren't really connecting very well with him. He was a very pacey player, but I don't know what was. I mean, their offense is literally awful. Feels so bad for them.
Yeah.
Well, Danny, we end up scoring our 4th goal. It was Messi that scored. The assist was off of El Pistolero, Suarez. Now this pass to Messi was also great. And Messi just, listen, having Messi on this team is just one of the best experiences for sure that any of us and a lot of you guys, I imagine, are enjoying.
Well, when he gets that ball one-on-one, the hesitation and then the chip, it was just like you knew it was going to go in. I just didn't know if he was going to go far post, what he was going to go. He was going to go nutmeg. The keeper dropped down, so he couldn't go nutmeg. He could have gone far post. He chipped it over. It's awesome. It's awesome. And again, I think that the mental part of the game doesn't get talked about enough. And I do think that these type of things are really helpful. The fact that they scored those last 2 goals to salvage that draw in Philly, you could say whatever you want about the first 85 minutes of that game. They scored those 2 goals, and to them, they're like, we fought. We played hard, we didn't give up. We salvaged the point on the road. They had them feeling good. They come on here, they score 4 goals, they're feeling good. I think those 2 goals really suck. They could maybe convince themselves that it was because so many defensive players went down, whatever. But I do think that mentally, they are in just about as good a place that they can be going into a big game against Columbus.
Well, I'll tell you this much. Those feelings that they're carrying right now is definitely going to help, not just for Columbus, but like for the remainder of the couple weeks and even into the CWC, hopefully. Because I'm not expecting us to go far, but I do expect us to kind of do something decent there.
I don't know. We'll have that conversation in a couple of weeks. I really don't know. We'll see what we bring in. We're gonna have a transfer window literally just for us in Seattle, so we can add to this team. We'll see. I don't have much hope, but maybe my mind will change in 2 or 3 weeks. Adarsh is asking, what do we lack defending set pieces? Well, a couple of things. One is continuity.
Because I feel like different defenders all the time.
Against Philadelphia, there was like 3 people pointing at Sullivan, like, hey, who's supposed to have him? And then all 3 of them looked at each other, they all pointed, and they all ran at the same time. Like, it was just a disaster. And today, when they scored on that set piece, I believe Falcon might have been the man marking him, but Falcon is there for the first time in over a month. He might be injured. You have David Martinez, which is a hired assassin because he's gone after next month. Like, it's just, I think it's really a lack of continuity. That's part of it. And because I really can't explain how you could be this bad at set pieces consistently.
I would love to count the amount of minutes that all 3 of those players have had in the month of May. And I guarantee you, it wouldn't be over 100 for any of them. Altogether, for May total, David Martinez, Tomás Avilés, and Falcon. I'd be surprised if they all 3 total 100 minutes together for the month of May prior to this game.
In the month of May?
Yes.
Let's see. Let's do this. Well, you're already way off, but let's see. I have here.
I guess that's a bad thing of exaggerating.
Yeah, 90, 180, 225 minutes for Falcon so far in the month of May.
Wow, he played a lot more than I remember. 225 minutes. And Pedri Potter, nice comment here, buddy. Say lack of height in the back line. This could be a 2.
Yeah.
This could be a 2.
That definitely. I mean, it was a headed goal over Falcon. Falcon isn't tallest. I don't remember who it was that scored. I don't know.
That was Victor Loturi.
I don't know anything about him, so I really couldn't tell you if he's tall, if he's an aerial threat. I don't know. Falcon is washed.
Nicholas, are you serious?
I think he might be injured.
I do think that there is a possibility that he is.
For David Martinez to get on before Falcon, I'm going to go out there on a limb and say he's probably not 100%, and they were trying to keep him off, but they had him there just in case of an emergency, which ended up happening. Now, what do we do against Columbus?
Or he's beefing with Mascherano. I have no idea, Danny. Jordi Alba's gone. I mean, look, so we already went over the goals. We're not going to go over the rest of the game, right?
No. Jordi Alba's gone. He probably won't play this weekend. Toto Aviles, maybe. Lujan, probably not playing this weekend.
No.
So we have Ian Frey. We have Noah Allen. Those are going to be our fullbacks.
Well, you know what? Wagon has played center back before, hasn't he?
Oh, I forgot about Wagon. I mean, Frey can look, I love the idea of Frey at center back. I mean, when he first started playing with us, for those of you that started watching recently, when he first got on our team, he was playing center back. He was playing center back, and he was playing center defensive mid. And then last year, Tata decided to start playing him at right back, but he originally was playing center back, and I wouldn't mind seeing him there.
Yeah.
He gives us the height, and he can push the ball.
Saying it right here.
So, all right, go ahead, Chris.
No, you were saying about the possibility of who would play.
Yeah, I don't know who would be our back line. I guess that would be it. It would be Noah Allen, possibly Ian Frey or Cello. And then center backs would be Falcon, if he's not too injured to start, and David Martinez.
I mean, Falcon is probably our next best option behind Noah Allen.
Ryan Saylor's an option. I see Blake Kylinger's put Saylor, but he's never even active on the bench.
Listen, if we see Saylor in for Falcon, That's when you know there's problems.
Rubita said Busi, but I felt more
But
comfortable with
Bright is
Busi there
out.
when Bright and Redondo were available to play the double pivot. This is going to be interesting, and against a well coached Wilfred Nancy team.
Yeah, this isn't gonna be another Montreal, guys.
Yeah.
So awards. Who is your standouts, Danny?
My standouts. Let's see. Busquets, I thought had a great game. I mean, Montreal basically gave us the midfield, and Busquets was taking full advantage of it. So I thought Busquets had a great game. I thought Allende looked good in his movements. I can't say he was amazing because I think he could have done better in finishing or at least creating for others. But I still like how active, like I said earlier, how active he is. So I liked Allende and Suarez. Suarez, I thought did great. Oh, and Ustari. I mean, I've been hating on Ustari recently. You got to give Ustari his flowers because he had that double save and he had a couple good plays. So Ustari also.
So I'm gonna go ahead and go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna go with Noah Allen was a standout to me. The fact that he started off at center back, moved over to left back, was actually trying to be part of the offensive, movement, moving up, right?
Yeah. They didn't change the game plan, right? He got plugged into the Jordi Alba role. Like, all right, you better figure this out. You're gonna go up and you're gonna push up high.
He actually was playing at some point with Suarez, and he was going to try to chip it down the middle, and I guess he just mistimed it.
Yeah,
so I give him a lot of credit. I'm going to give him a standout, and the other standout, I guess, is I want to give it to Frey, but then I don't want Pedri to attack me because I'm picking American people.
Oh, that's it. Pedri struck fear in your heart, and now
I think his goons are outside of my house right now.
You struck fear in your heart. I thought Ian Frey looked okay. I really liked look when he has the ball at his feet. I feel like he is the fullback we have that can contribute the most on the right side. Cello and Lujan do not push the ball up into the attack like Ian Frey does. But no, I my standouts. Allende, Busquets, and Suarez, and Ustari.
And who gets your que pena? Who gets the que? And that's tough. I was thinking about who gets the que pena. You want to know? I'll start off. You know who gets the que pena for me? This guy right here, Segovia. Segovia, to me, didn't really do much of anything. Que pena.
I don't know. I have a hard time with Segovia because sometimes I see and I'm like, damn, this kid, like he looks like
he looks good.
Yeah,
he looks good. He looks skilled. He looks like he has skills.
There was a play there that it went. I want to say it was Busi, Segovia, Messi, Suarez. I want to say, and then I think Suarez might have missed or gone wide or something. But I remember I thought to myself like, oof, that's the dream right there. If Segovia can start linking up with Busquets, Messi, and Suarez like that. I wouldn't go Segovia. Que pena. I have a hard time choosing anybody. But if I'm going to choose one person, I'll choose Noah Allen for getting put on skates.
For that moment.
Yeah, for that moment.
He's playing against the fastest player on the opposing team.
Well, look, it's hard to pick a que pena when you win 4-2. So I have to choose either that or Falcon for letting his man get the header and that set piece.
And yes, 1-1 goal. Segovia did get into some spaces pretty well and effective. His dribble is good. He has very good skill on the ball.
When I see Segovia play, I never think he's playing bad. But I do understand that he just isn't creating for others the way he should. So I have a really hard time, I don't know. I have a really hard time really defining Segovia's game when I watch him.
Redondo. People are giving it to Redondo. I mean, he was kind of.
You know what's funny? I think him and Allende on the pitch look similar to me. And when I would see Allende do something good for a second, I would think of Redondo, and then it would be Allende and vice versa. Stancy saying
No, he
Segovia
looks
does
taller.
nothing. Segovia does nothing. I
That's
don't know.
tough. I thought I was bad.
I don't know. I still think that Segovia, when put in the right position, is going to do really good.
I think Amanda Amanda saying Segovia needs to play in the back more. I think centrally, if he was to be behind Messi, in between the CDMs, I think he'd be fantastic.
I think if they put him, look, Bright's injured. Redondo didn't look great today. Put Segovia as the double pivot. Yeah, maybe he doesn't give you a lot defensively, but neither does Redondo.
Yeah.
So put Busquets and Segovia back there as a double pivot. And I bet you'll get a lot more out of Segovia playing from there, from the center of the pitch, pushing up the middle. Shout out to Ohi. Pushing up the middle, than you do with him out wide. Do that.
That would be beautiful.
Yeah.
Because then you have...
put Alba out at left mid. Put Noah Allen at left back. Oh, but Jordi Alba's injured. Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
We're what is going on here?
So man of the match other than Messi. And Messi got man of the match. So in reality, we're doubling down on our man of the matchism here.
I'm going to go Busquets. Man of the match other than Messi. I thought Busquets had a really good game.
You're going to go Boosie.
I mean, he wasn't challenged at all in the midfield. He could do whatever he wanted, but I thought he did very well.
I felt like whoever was man marking him did the worst job ever. There's no way.
I forgot. There should be somebody man marking him. I don't know who it was.
Whoever it is did the worst job ever. Like you have to lock the brain down.
Yeah, he was just gliding around like there was nobody around him. He did a great job.
Freely, without being challenged. So I'm gonna go with the obvious here. I'll go with Luis Suarez.
That is
man of the match other than Messi. I'll go with the obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would have given it to Ustadi, but two other goals, an extra goal was allowed when it wasn't necessary. So, and actually the first goal, he could have blocked it. It looked like he could have had a hand on it. So
a lot of people saying Suarez played well today because he scored the 2 goals. I've been saying Suarez has been playing well for the last couple games. He just hasn't gotten in the back of the net. But I'm curious because I've been saying this, and I would have said it again today if he didn't get the brace because I thought he was playing well. But I'm curious if people that are saying that he played well were thinking that at halftime.
I think he opens it up for a lot of people, Danny. I think that he does move well.
Yeah, but people hate on him anyway.
Yeah. And he also had a lot of goal contributions, like on this team.
Well,
and what is it,
like
8 or 9 before this game?
I think he plays well. Look, and yeah, I'm not a big Suarez fan, but whenever I talk about him, I'm unbiased with my takes. I think he's played well over the last couple of weeks, but there's usually a lot of Suarez hate when he doesn't score. So I'm curious, up until the point that he scored, like right before then, were you thinking that he scored a good game, or is that everybody saying that he had a good game because he finally got on the score sheet?
Arya is saying he was good, but not better than Boosie, in my opinion. His goals were both close range. But, I mean, that's what a striker's supposed to do, right? Like, right place, right time, put it in.
I think
he
also created for Messi that he gave him that 4th goal.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I get that. I get it, Simi. That back heel in the first half was criminal. Yes.
Yeah. All right. If you had to take a guess, who had the highest rating on FootMob that didn't score a goal?
Okay, all right, hold on. So, chat, don't look in the internet, okay? On FootMob that didn't score a goal, which is basically Suarez and Messi, I would say Allen got put on skates. I'd say Busquets.
Yes, and now he had an assist, so I think that helps with the score. So outside of Busquets, nope.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, yes, Allende, actually.
Oh, nice.
Allende, followed by Segovia. The guy that did nothing, Stancy. The guy that does nothing.
No, Stancy's tough in the paint.
Yeah. And
doesn't like Segovia.
Segovia and Frey are both tied for after that with 7.1.
I was gonna go with Frey. I don't know, man. It's hard. Because the thing is, Allen got put on skates. He's probably one of the reasons of the first goal. So I didn't think he'd be. Who's the lowest?
Segovia only had 2 incomplete passes all game. The lowest is Lujan.
That's because he only played like 12 minutes.
Segovia, 2 incomplete passes all game. And he had all his long balls were accurate. So for those, Segovia does nothing, people.
Look, hey, Elcode is saying Segovia was good. Russ is saying, well, Segovia was running. Give him that, but that was it. Oh. Is Segovia the next to Lujan, guys?
No, man. Segovia's good. Segovia's good. Maybe they'll put him at the double pivot. I think he'll do well there. Ardarch, are we really signing someone before the Club World Cup? We're supposed to be signing 2 players before the Club World Cup. Is the rumor going around that we're going to be signing 2 players? I supposedly going to be wing players. A lot of people are suggesting that it could possibly be Di Maria as one of them. So we'll see.
So I want to bring up this Super Slam here real quick. Shout out to Truco. Says, hope Inter Miami get back in form soon to give us these high-scoring games often to bring back the fun. Yes.
For sure.
Absolutely. And I want to bring up Pedri's comment, but I don't, so I'm just going to keep going.
Modric isn't coming.
No.
So, and Adar says, I love Pedri versus Chris.
Pedri's my arch nemesis.
Yeah.
I see you, Pedri.
Oh, man.
I have like 7 Pedri cards that are loans in FIFA. I haven't even used them.
My favorite thing about Pedri is when he comes in with his burner account.
Oh, yeah. Where's the burner account, Pedri? Now you want to talk about ratings now when Frey was the lowest rated crybabies. Frey bias.
Frey wasn't the lowest.
No, he was saying that it's funny that we bring up the ratings now, not when Frey was the lowest last game.
Oh, was he the lowest last game?
I believe so. He was like one of the lower ones.
Okay.
So final thoughts, Danny. What'd you think of the game? Are you happy, sad, expected?
Frey wasn't the lowest last game either, by the way. Expected. It was expected. We figured he was going to win. When we went up 3-0, I thought that's where it would end. 3-0. We ended up scoring another one, but they scored 2 more. I am a little upset that they got those 2 goals. But, once you have a comfortable lead, sometimes you let your guard down. With a team that's playing this poorly, you shouldn't be doing that. But it is what it is. They got the dub. We got the draw last game. We are in line for 7 points. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Tomorrow we'll be back at 9 o'clock previewing the Columbus game. We're going to have let me make sure I get the name correctly. I don't want to say the wrong name. We don't have Ty coming on. Usually we have Ty, but we're trying to freshen things up, get different people on here. We have Brianna McKay joining us. She covers the Columbus Crew. So she'll be joining us tomorrow at 9 o'clock to preview Columbus. And we'll see, because I feel like that's a big game. If we could get a dub against Columbus going into that 2-week break before the Club World Cup, I think that changes things drastically in the way the fans feel, the way the players feel. A draw, not the worst thing in the world, but not something that would make me necessarily feel good either. And then a loss would just kind of just bring everything crashing back down. So, but we'll be talking about all that stuff tomorrow. Chris, final thoughts for you.
It's a good thing that you brought that up, because I was just grabbing my phone. Just a personal thing I've been dealing with. I don't know if you guys have heard of these things called labubus. Have you heard of labubus, Danny?
No.
Have you heard of people in all over this country are going wild looking for these labubu dolls?
Why?
Okay. I don't know, dude. Like, there's literal fights in malls. There's a machine in Dolphin Mall. I'm trying to find one for my daughter. I'm surprised that your daughter hasn't asked for them, because there's literal kids punching people in the face for these things.
When did this start? Because my daughter hasn't been to school this week because she's been sick.
Oh well, it's been good. See, look. David is saying yes. People go crazy for them, especially girls. My oldest daughter, she's trying to get a Labubu dolls. I need to know if there's anybody in the chat that has a connect for Labubus. DM me real quick, bro.
But he said check the ratings in Orlando. Well, that wasn't last game. That was 2 games ago. So that's that. And then stop the bias, Pedri. I think you are by far the most biased person in our chat. You're biased towards Barcelona, obviously, and you are biased against Americans. So I feel like you are by far and away the most biased person on here.
And he has like another Pedri burner account. 2 Pedri burner accounts.
So I've never heard of those dolls. But my daughter's supposed to go back to school tomorrow, so I'm sure I'll hear about it.
V Vega saying demonic little dolls. Yeah, I mean, these things look like they are like, look at this thing. Hold on. I can't zoom in on this. This is, hold on. Like, look, I'm trying to click if I could buy one. Look at that. It completely cooked. It just disappeared.
Betty sells
you know what they're called? Lafufus.
What are they called?
They're called Labubus. Labu.
That's literally what they're called?
Yes. I'm not going to get a Lafufu, Stancy. I can't. I don't get fake stuff. When my kid,
sorry.
Look, as far as jerseys and stuff like that, yes, I would. I got fake Jordans once. Okay. But I'm talking about like for my kids, like I can't do that.
All right. Here we go. So that's it. We'll keep talking about Lafufus tomorrow with Brianna McKay and Columbus and all that other stuff. And I think that's it for tonight. I mean, you have to feel good. We won. We haven't won in a while. So no matter how it comes, you have to feel good. We put up 4 goals. Haven't done that in a little while either. So all in all, good night. Go into tomorrow. We'll see what Columbus is about. We'll talk about what we expect to see. Well, especially since we'll probably hear a little more about the injuries tomorrow morning. So we'll see, because big weekend coming up. That Columbus game is going to be huge. If you're listening on audio, we appreciate you listening all the way to the end. Please leave us 5 stars, comment, review, all that good stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. And as always, for those of you in the chat, even the biased ones like Pedri, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us for the last hour and 8 minutes. The show just would not be the same without you guys. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. That thing looks terrifying. What is that?
That's the Labubu.
That's not the fake one?
No, that's a real one, Shally.
That's what it looks like?
Yes.
That is terrifying. All right. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us for the last hour and 9 minutes. And we'll be back tomorrow to preview the Columbus game. So until the next one, have a good one.